I'm Kate. I am a nurse and I work with the Children's Tumor Foundation in patient support. And my honor and privilege today is to introduce you to some of our incredible patients within the NF community. I told them earlier today that I understand they might be feeling a little bit nervous up here talking to this large crowd of people, but that they should remember that they are the reason you are here, and it is your privilege to hear from them. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about their stories. So, Grazel, you can speak from here. It's on. Yeah.
Hi, good day, everyone. My name is Grazel Alcantara, and I have NF2. To be even here in front of you today, I consider myself very lucky because exactly a year ago, I was days away from going through the toughest challenge any NF2 patient would have to face. And that is a craniotomy, an open vein surgery to take out one of my vestibular schwannomas. As you know, that is the hallmark symptom of NF2. It is 2 tumors on both of your hearing nerves that affect your hearing and balance and create other complications. I was 15 years old when I was diagnosed, and my first MRI showed my brain just lit up like a Christmas tree. I have these 2 tumors on my hearing nerves, but also a bunch of other meningiomas throughout my brain. I was told that we couldn't really do anything about it other than watch and wait or do surgery and reduce therapy should any of these tumors start acting up, which is not a very exciting prospect. It's a ticking time bomb. I knew that somewhere down the road, we have to deal with this. And coming from the Philippines, it's very hard to deal with this. First of all, because hardly anyone back there knows even or has even heard about NF2. Not a lot of doctors have any experience at all in trying to deal or treat NF2 patients. But back then we had decided to treat one of my tumors with reduced surgery with a goal of trying to stabilize the tumors, which it did. But at the same time, it also took away the hearing in that ear on my right side. So I had to deal with single-sided deafness for a while. I was okay for a while, and that is the key word, for a while. It is a ticking time bomb. Until 2 years ago, I was fine, and then it became apparent that we finally had to deal with this ticking time bomb. The right side of my face started getting paralyzed. It started losing movement, and I started getting headaches that I have never felt before, and I knew that something was very wrong with me. My MRI early last year showed that one of my meningiomas had grown to a golf ball size, and it's now pressing in the front part of my brain. And the vestibular schwannoma that we treated with radiation 10 years ago has started growing, and it's now pressing on my facial nerve, and it's causing the paralysis. And so last year, I had to do back-to-back surgeries to deal with this, to diffuse this ticking time bomb. That 10-hour surgery that I had to go through to take out that vestibular schwannoma on my right ear is the most intense thing that I had to go through in my life, because I had no idea if I'm going to emerge out of it alive. This is the reality of NF2. I had to trust that my doctors knew what they were doing, that they knew what was best for me. And I'm very lucky indeed to have a very great team back in Ohio State. I think one of them is sitting here in the audience today, Dr. Adanka. I just want to say thank you for saving my life. And that is my message here to every single one of you here at the NF conference. Your work here is saving lives. Your work here makes a difference, and we need you. Thank you.
Thank you, Grazel. Okay, Eddie.
Good morning. My name is Eddie Vertel, and I have NF type 1. I was diagnosed around 4 months old, and the first year of my life, I had 3 glaucoma surgeries, and by the time I was 4, I had to have my left eye removed. In total, I've had over 20 surgeries and countless MRIs. But this has not stopped me from running 14 half marathons and a marathon and raising over $130,000 for the Children's Tumor Foundation. Just want to thank all the doctors here today who are doing research and finding medicine that will help people with NF and schwannomatosis with some of the problems they may have, and hopefully one day to find a cure.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. And last but not least.
Thank you, Kate. My name is Dale Berg. I was diagnosed in 2015 with schwannomatosis, but my sort of path started in 2004 with some back pain, and a friend of mine said, let's have an MRI, and was diagnosed with degenerative disc, and went another 10 years without really not following up because I had my diagnosis, and between having children and aging parents, you sort of forget about yourself, and I was walking out of a physical in the end of 2014. The doctor's like, wait a minute, back in 2010 we talked about your back, how's that feeling? I said, oh, it hurts, like can't let the kids play with me because they would drop me it would be like they tap me in the back and I would just drop like a sack of potatoes. And so that led to a biopsy or ultrasound, a biopsy, and an MRI. So I've had 2 surgeries and I've had 4 tumors removed, and my quality of life, just from those surgeries, just, it went from an 8 or 9 probably on pain scale to 2 or 3. So I'm fortunate today that, I have 6 known tumors. They're all pretty not doing much growth, which is actually one shrunk. But I'm here today because I feel like I got a ticket to the World Series to watch, sort of the best perform, and it's probably a better ticket than a World Series or a Super Bowl to be here. So I appreciate all your hard work and everything you've done over the, whether it's been a couple months or 10, 15, 20 years, keep up the hard work for those of us that, have rare diseases.
Yeah, thank you, Dale. I know we got started a couple minutes late, so we're kind of at time, but I did want to ask each of my panelists just one question, which is that I'm wondering how your involvement with the NF community, whether that was patient community or scientific community, has made a difference for you and part of your journey with NF. Grazel?
For me, it's just the fact that you're actually not alone in this journey. It's helping me so much in dealing with NF too, because NF can be quite an isolating disorder, and just having this amazing community of scientists, patients, clinicians, advocates, is an amazing experience to be part of.
Thank you.
For me, I hope, just fundraising to help find a cure and bring awareness to NF and schwannomatosis, and hopefully to inspire others to do, other types of endurance events or whatever type of fundraiser to raise money to find a cure.
Thank you, Eddie.
This is better than book club or golfing. I think this is, when you have only so much time in a day, spending time with the NF community, my daughter's band teacher in 7th grade said, band kids are some of the best kids. And I would say NF people are some of the best people in the world. So thanks for letting us participate.
Well, thank you to all of you for being up here today and being here this weekend. Let's give them a round of applause.